Hello, Roksana Witusinski. You are the communication manager of Rent24, and Rent24 is now definitely one of the co-working champion in Europe with 70 locations in the continent and even beyond. You are based in Berlin. It started 5 years ago in Berlin, and then since then you had kind of mushroom kind of growth. It was the opportunity to catch up and learn a bit more about the strategy and the positioning of Rent24, and also maybe to hear from your experience in this hopefully post-crisis of the COVID-19.
Yeah.
But maybe first of all, can you just briefly reintroduce us to Rent24 and where it come from?
Yes. So first, thanks for having me. And like you already said, Rent24 started end of 2015 in Berlin. So it's a German company, a Berlin company. Our CEO and founder, Robert Bukvich, he was also born in Berlin and raised, but he has Croatian roots. So he studied in the US. He used to be a professional basketball player, but already during his studies, he found his first company. And then he became like a serial entrepreneur. So he founded a lot of companies in the last couple of years. And he realized that all the companies, when they work together under one roof, they can really have some synergies and they can exchange, and that is very beneficial. So that's how he realized, okay, the co-working idea is actually great. And end of 2015, he rented the first big office and started with the co-working business. And the demand was very high. The people were happy about it. And so we're, expanded, like you already said, very strongly.
How many members and companies do you know are no member of the network?
Yeah, it's around 35,000.
Okay, yes, in 5 years' time. Yeah. How do you position yourself as opposed to the other big players that we see now sprouting around in Europe?
What is very important to us, or always have been, is the community. We always listen to our community and to the feedback, and from that we kind of evolve. And also with the years, we gained more and more experience. Like every new market we enter, we learned and we adapted. So this was a very important thing for us.
But you told about trying to get a mix of freelance and startup and corporates, and to work on this balance. That's one of your key motivation.
Yeah, what we realized that it's very important and beneficial to have a mix of corporate, startups, and freelancers, because every sector has their own experience and their own expertise. So the big players, they like to be close to the startups, to have the innovation, to have new ideas, and the startups also, of course, can learn from the big players. And so we see that if they exchange ideas and talk to each other, it's very good for both sides.
You had this example also of some partnership which exists in Germany, like the one with Allianz. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
So we also started to have next to the mixed locations, let's say, we also have knowledge hubs. So for example, we have a hub with Allianz F200. Which is like an insurance company in Germany. And we built a space together where we focus on startups that are in this insurance branch, because also there's, of course, a lot of new topics and the approach to digitalize the whole branch. So yeah, this location, for example, is specialized on that topic.
Okay, so you are now in the UK, you are in Israel, you are in the Netherlands, you are in the US, you are in Serbia and Croatia. You told me that indeed the idea was to create a global footprint, a global network. Why is it needed, that global network? Why not choose just have, I don't know, 500 locations in Germany only, for instance?
Because we think that it's very important, like to go with the time, and people are changing everything because of the information age. We get more flexible. We have laptops. We can travel, and we want to travel. So right now, it's of course difficult with the corona, but we realize that people love to have more freedom. So it's very nice if you go to one city and have Rent24, and then you fly across the continent, and then you have the Rent24 again. So you feel a bit like coming home. You have the connection to the community. You see the design immediately. You realize, okay, I'm at Rent24. So this is a very nice thing, and also I think important for the future.
So the design is similar in all locations, or is the same inspiration everywhere?
Yeah, it's adapted. It's not the same. It's not like a Starbucks or whatever. It's we have an internal design team that really designs every space individually, but there's always like the CI. Yeah, you always realize, okay, it's Rent24. There's some elements that stay.
You mentioned to me also that part of the growth was fueled by takeovers, external growth. So you partner up or you buy existing network of co-working spaces. How does it go? And what about the integration of those things? Because we know that mergers is sometime in the corporate world something quite difficult to achieve.
Mm. No, we have a very positive experience with that because for us it was very important to, even if we take over a company, that we keep the local team because they know best what the community wants. They know the market the best. So this was very nice for us. So they had the local expertise and we had the global approach. So we could both like help each other. And like I said, of course, through phone calls, through technology, it is very easy to catch up, to see what we can do from here, what they need. So this was very positive for us.
And what about the next step then? Of course, yes, the times are a little bit tricky for the moment, but so you say global network, but what are the plans for the next months, or what was were there, and are you going to catch up with that?
Yeah, so we will still expand. Like right now, we are not signing new contracts, but when the time changes a bit and eases up, we will continue. And for now, the projects we have already signed, we will also finish, of course, and open. And right now, we have a very big project in Berlin on the Kurfürstendamm. There will be a very big new location with terraces and everything. So we are finishing that up.
9,000, yeah, 9,000 square meter.
Yeah, it's around 9,000 square meters.
And you said it was in the western part of Berlin. Yes, we know that usually the first or big deal of the co-working spaces in Berlin. There was once said, it was once said about the one metro line where all the co-working spaces were spotted. And now you go to it's the western part of Berlin. Does it shows that co-working becomes also something which is spreading outside the natural digital hub or innovation hub of cities? Do you see that happening?
Yes, definitely, because like we said already, the big companies, the corporates, they're realizing what benefits they have from it. And also right now through Corona, they also realized again, okay, actually the people, they can also work from somewhere else and they can be flexible. So they're sending project teams or also coworkers that may be living close to the co-working space, and they're fine with it because they see it is possible and it's even beneficial.
Yeah, you have opened in places such as Bremen, which is not it's not what the biggest city in Germany, but it shows also that it seems that you are trying to reach out to those less big or not only the metropoles, but also those other urban areas which needs different ways, different solutions for their workplace, isn't it?
Yeah, there were companies that were maybe a bit like they were not sure if to go to also smaller cities, but we did it, and we're also having very good feedback because the people there, I mean, there's also a lot of startups and a big innovation scene, so they're happy to be connected and to have the space there as well.
Do you see a demand coming for satellite officing or remote distributed workspaces at once? That people for company, I don't know, Allianz or Daimler-Benz or whoever, and you can, for instance, have people who from these same companies can work from any Rent24 location in a country or even in Europe. Do you see that demand growing?
Yeah, I definitely see a trend going there because also I think in the future it will be more and more in the direction that also big companies are like taking parts of the whole thing and making it smaller into project teams because people like they want to have more freedom, they want to be more flexible, and they also don't want to have one, two, three people above them in the hierarchy telling them what to do. So I think the trend is going there that you have smaller teams working for one purpose, um, and they want to be flexible and be innovative and also have a nice surrounding, so they feel also inspired and they want to be happy to go to work. And this is what co-working really helps to do with the nice design, with the young people and people actually of all the ages where you can learn and exchange. And I think this is really going there, like the whole population is getting there.
Mm-hmm. And specifically about how did you go through the Corona crisis? You told that you made some special conditions and relief for some of your members, and now you are back, not totally on track, but things are
Mm-hmm.
getting better, it seems.
Yeah, so actually we like before the lockdown, we or kind of lockdown in Berlin, we recommended to everyone to do home office for that time. But even there were some people who already said like, no, I don't want to do it because I don't have the technical support at home, or maybe it's too loud. So we decided in that time to actually leave our spaces open for those people who cannot work at home or don't want to. And as still a lot of people did, we had enough space to also make sure that there's no risk, of or not too high of a risk of getting infected. So the other thing we did is to offer support for the smaller companies or the companies who were like really um, struck by all these developments.
Mm-hmm.
So they were very happy that we offered them support to say, for example, okay, you can pay a bit less if you don't have it right now, or you can pay it a bit later. So people were very thankful about it, and I think that's also very important to always be in the dialogue
Mm-hmm.
with the community and with the members to also keep them.
Where are your landlords so understanding?
Um, I don't know, but we were understanding, and that's the most important thing. Yeah.
So you said to me that we are recording this, we are early July, and 60% occupancy. You are back and it's growing. So
Or today, actually.
are the profile of your new members, and you are signing new contracts, but are the profiles changing? Meaning that maybe we have people you wouldn't expect in a co-working space before who are now, pushing the
Not
door.
really the profiles. I mean, a little bit. For example, we had a lot of students coming in because in Berlin or in Germany, the libraries are also still closed.
Mm-hmm.
And some people maybe have their master thesis to write and they cannot do it from home, so they come here. So this is, for example, new thing. But in general, it's not really the profiles. It's more the amount. It's like more and more people coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, also, yeah, maybe more people also from big companies, because the companies are also like more flexible now or realize that it is possible.
Mm-hmm.
And so they are just more tolerant to also allow their employees to come to the co-working space.
So you see that impact of the forced home working that all of a sudden let the people and the companies see that remote working was something effective and with value. You see that impact now.
Yes, definitely. I mean, there were some companies that were hesitant about it, also about home office. There were still companies who would not allow this, and now they had to. But through that, they realized, okay, actually, the people are really also working from home, and it's possible, and we can reach them, and we can connect through video, through audio. So yeah, this really helped, and that's why we also are very positive and enthusiastic about the future, because it's going into a very good direction.
And does it mean that you plan or have changed some of your product or invented new ones in the way that's indeed for home working in between the HQ and home and the home, or regarding we know some players changed the name of the meeting room, they called it Zoom room. Is your offering changing also due to that in order to adapt to these new needs?
I mean, I think it's a bit early to say, but as we design our space actually from the beginning in a way that you have a lot of different opportunities, a lot of different sizes of the rooms, a lot of different functionalities. So right now we don't really need to change anything because it's already there. But of course, for example, we now have like, how do you say, like a thing that is, sorry, like a machine that is making the air more clean. I like to also eliminate viruses or things in the air. So this is, for example, a thing that we can also put into the meeting room. So if there's a bigger group, you make sure that the air is clean, and that, yeah, of course, we have more disinfectants, and the cleaning is way more. So we will keep that as well.
But not yet, it's a product, okay, special home office or remote workers, that fits maybe the new patterns that we are going to see in the way people work and commute between the regular office and the home.
Yeah, like I don't see that we need to change anything right now, because we have everything. Yeah, we have the technical support, and we have always in every space we have, for example, a community manager and a location manager. So if someone needs anything, they're always there to help them. And also we as a company are very flexible also with our solutions. And like I said, because we have space in the room, companies can easily grow with us. If they need more space, if they're expanding, we can give them a bigger office or even a whole plant. And if they're, like, for example, decreasing, we can also offer them a smaller office. So this is all already there.
This flexibility.
Yeah.
Perfect. Great. Thank you so much for sharing those information and feedbacks with us. It's a fascinating story also, the Rent24 story. All the best for the coming months, for the recovery and the expansion.
Yes, for you too.
And yeah, we hope to see you in Vienna for the Coworking Europe conference.
Yes, I'm excited. Okay.
Thank you very much, Roksana.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Have a good day too.
Bye bye.